Hello and welcome to another episode of Money and Me. Today I've got something quite special, the brand new Flying Spur. Now a few days ago I released a teaser online and a lot of people liked it and a lot of people asked me when I was going to see the physical car. Well, we don't have to wait too long, here it is. So this is the brand new 2019, or I think it's 2020 Flying Spur, and from the ground up it's all brand new. It is finally got the attention that I think it's deserved, and it's a head turner, an absolute head turner. So the one we got here today is the prototype, so it's not fully finished, but to be honest, what you're looking at is essentially the finished Flying Spur. So we're going to take a brief look at it today, and hopefully beginning of next year we can get hold of one to actually drive, and I can give you my opinions on whether you should get one or not. But from the initial outset, everything's looking really good. So if you're looking to replace your Rolls-Royce Ghost or your S-Class 7 Series, this is a really good for the moment, and they are actually taking orders for this car right now. So this new Flying Spur starts at around 168,000. Obviously that's the starting price. No one ever goes into a Bentley dealerships and asks for the standard car. What they actually want is to spec it up. So by the time you've got all the bells and whistles on it, like the head-up display, the Flying B, you get the four-wheel drive, the rear wheels that turn as well, you're looking at around 230,000. 220, 230 is what you're looking at once it's specced up. So let's look at the front. Now there's no denying it, you can't escape the fact that this Bentley has a massive grille at the front, and it's, in true fashion, very imposing. You can imagine when this car comes up behind you, you will want to move out of the way. And for the first time as well, they've also got a retracting B mascot at the front. So a bit like the Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy, which lowers down into the front bonnet, this one does it for the first time. But with this one, the wings are actually illuminated. So at night time, people will know that you have a Bentley. And of course, you've got the front lights as well. Now these lights actually have what are called cut crystals, and they look absolutely amazing. It makes the car look even more expensive. And of course, in terms of the blue that we have here, let me make sure I get this right. It's called Moroccan Blue, and it looks amazing. Now I've actually spec'd this car up myself, and I went online and I actually did it in a grey, like a deep grey, and it looks really menacing and great. But the blue itself is very dignified. It's very, it's got that sort of really posh royal vibe to it. But the front of the car, yes, absolutely, it's a real head turner. Now this particular Spur, in fact I think all the Spurs come with, let's have a look, you've got a 6-litre W12 engine. Now the W12s are really good. So unlike the V12s, the W12s have pretty much the same power output, but they're a little bit shorter, which means you get more space in the cabin, which is obviously a plus. So you get W12 engine, 6-litre, and produces just over 660 brake horsepower. And with the four-wheel drive that comes with this car, is the pace that it goes at is unbelievable. It's so quick off the mark. Mates to that, you've got the 8-speed transmission as well, so everything is super smooth. And as a bonus, this Spur comes with a 90-litre fuel tank. So you've got really good range. So this is a brilliant car for whether you're chauffeuring or whether you're taking the family out for the weekend, or even going on a really nice long road trip, going down to the coast, south of France, going down to Italy, or even going to the Alps. This car is more than capable because of the large fuel tank, which means you'll get really good range. Now, rear of the car is where it's at. So you've got these brand new rear lights that are very different from the previous Spur, because the previous Spur, it almost looked like they'd taken the Bentley Continental lights and they'd just stuck it on the back. But this one, they're brand new. And what you also get, especially at night time when you got lights on, is the B icon in the actual lights. Now, this particular car has quite a lot of chrome on it. Not my biggest thing. So, straight off from the factory, when you are ordering, you can order the shadow packs. All these chrome exterior features on the exhaust, on the bumper, especially around numplate as well. You can all get them in a black trim, and I strongly recommend you do that. It just looks more aggressive. But in terms of rear end, it's very, very clean. And again, you've got it's not plastered with badging, and it's just a very, very tidy rear end. It's not fussy, which is nice, because you get some cars that are just stupidly fussy, like the new 7 Series, which is nice, but it's just very fiddly. But with the Bentley, you've just got really, really nice, clean lines. It's very elegant, and it's a car that demands attention. So when you get into the rear, one thing you will notice is there's loads of space. So this is what they call, it's got the touring pack on it. So everything's designed to be a little bit more comfortable. So you've got these amazing cushions, you've got this super soft leather, which is heated, by the way, as well. All the seats are electronically adjustable, which is done on the door. And the attention to detail is just, yeah, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. It's definitely worth the full £230,000. So when you get in, yeah, it is, there's no denying it. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. This is a car that you can just do long journeys in, and it's a car that you don't want to get out of when you do get to the end of the destination, because it's so comfortable. Now, because this is a pre-production Spur, what you also have here, what would be the central control screen unit, which actually pops out. So with this unit, you can control everything in the car, from the retractable Flying B at the front, to the rear heated seats, to the blinds. So the rear passenger can get involved in certain aspects of the car. But yeah, it's an absolutely lovely place to be. Now, this car doesn't have it. Although this car has pretty much everything, it doesn't have the fridge, which is what it will be here, which is quite good because you actually get more boot space for that. And to be honest, the fridge isn't relevant unless you're using this car for chauffeuring. But in terms of obviously the way the car is right now and the way it's spec'd, you know, this is exactly the way most people would have it. You'd have all the comfort features. So on the interior you have, let's have a look. You've got the contrast stitching, so you've got the blue on the armrest with the white stitching, and on the main seats themselves you've got cream leather with the blue stitching. You've got contrast blinding as well, so these windows actually have blinds that pop up, and again you can control it through the central panel, but they've all got blinds, so you can see a little flap here at the back, and everything covers up, so you've got absolute privacy. Of course, you've got heated seats at the back, you can recline them as well. What else do we have? So you've got the touring specification, which we've already mentioned, so you get the body's a little bit longer, and you've got so much leg room. Now, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but yeah, you've got loads and loads of leg room. So the beauty of Bentleys, and every Bentley has this, is that not only can you be chauffeured in the back, but it's a car that can be driven by its owners. This is a car that you can be chauffeured in during the week, and then come the weekend, when you want to take control of the car, Bentley are designed to be driven. I strongly believe that. If you're going to be chauffeured about, get the Mulsanne. But if you want a car that does both, or you want to drive for most of the time, you have to look at the Spur. I mean, the interior in Bentleys today, and I keep saying this, but Bentleys right now do single best interiors in the luxury market. I can't think of any other car brand that can compare to the interiors of Bentleys. I think the closest anyone will ever come is Mercedes. Mercedes interiors are amazingly laid out, they're super well designed, but Bentleys just have that sort of premium, bit more upper class feel. Certainly quite snobbish, but it just feels so expensive. So inside this car you've got pretty much every option. You've got the sunroofs front and back. You've got these gorgeous sporty steering wheel. You've got the metal flappy paddles. You've got heated steering wheel. Now, straight from the Continental, this section here actually rotates. So if we open it up, let's see if I can get it to work. And voila, this whole screen rotates, and it is unbelievable. Like, I'm the kind of guy, whenever I'm driving my Lexus, I turn the screen off if I don't need it. And with some cars you can't do that. I know with, for example, Audi, the whole screen disappears. But in this car, and with Bentley, they don't really do the whole let's make it disappear kind of thing. Everything has its place. And with the screen, the fact that you can switch it and you can just hide it away, and then it's one whole piece matches with the piano black, with the chrome line in there, and it all matches, and it just makes this whole cabin in the front cleaner, smarter, and just a really, really nice place to be. Now, one thing I would say is it's a little bit of a niggly for me, is there are quite a few buttons here than I would like, but each button has a function, of course. So there aren't a lot of dead buttons that you'd find, especially with some cars. But you've got, the temperature controls with the built-in digital screen, so you know what temperatures. You've got heated and cooled seats, which most cars don't have, so it's great the fact that the Spur has it. You've got the different drive selects, so you've got Sport, you've got Bentley, you've got Comfort, and you've got Custom. Bentley's the one, as I mentioned, you may have seen the Bentayga video that I did. Bentley's the mode that you want to have it in, because you can just leave the car to do its thing. If you're going to put your foot down, the car will react accordingly, and if you just want to waft about, again, the car will adjust to that. The other positive as well, you've got loads of charging points for your mobile phone as well. So you've got 2 USB ports here, you've got 2 at the back. So this is a car that you can use absolutely every day, and if you didn't use this car every day, I'd sort of question, like, why did you get one? But overall, yeah, this car is absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. The attention to detail, for me, it ticks every single box that I look for when I'm looking to buy a saloon, and I absolutely love saloons. But yeah, I want one. I want one badly. I need to get hold of one to drive as well. But like I say, this is the pre-production version, but what you're looking at is pretty much the finished article. So this car here, with all the options and everything you got in it, you're looking at around £230,000, which is quite reasonable. It's not extensive, but you get what you pay for. Everything in this car is where it needs to be. Everything is functional. Every option you're going to use. I know it sounds weird, but you are. So yeah, £230,000 for this car. Bentley are taking orders for this car right now. So if you can't wait for me to do the physical car review, then go to your Bentley dealership. I'm at Grange Thomas Ross, and make sure you come down and see these guys and place an order, because they're going to be delivering ahead of spring 2020. So you haven't got that long to wait. So it can be an early Christmas present for yourself. But yeah, if you're gonna get one, now's the time to go down. And in fact, you can actually go to Crewe, their headquarters and their factory, and you can even see your Bentley being built. Which is, if you get a chance to do it, it's amazing. But yeah, so this has been the Bentley Spur. It's been a brief look around it. I hope you've enjoyed a sneak peek, and watch your space, and we'll come back with an actual physical car that I can drive, and we can get it on the road, and we can really feel what the car's like on the road, and we can go from there. So until next time, I will see you very soon.